The world's got a funny way of making you think you're in control, like you've got to say, and how things play out like your choices are really yours, but you don't, do you? Most people, hell, all people, are just puppets with strings. They can't even see. Walking around thinking they're free, when in reality they're just reacting, dancing to a tune someone else is playing. And you're no different, not yet at least. You wake up, follow a routine, chase dreams that aren't even yours. All because someone told you that's what you're supposed to do. They shove ideas in your head, make you feel things you never questioned: fear, guilt, shame. They keep you on a leash with invisible chains, and you call it life, but let me ask you something. What happens when you cut the strings? They'll call you crazy. They'll say you're dangerous because a mind they can't manipulate. That's the one thing they fear the most. You see, when you stop playing by their rules, you become unpredictable. And unpredictable, oh, that's power, because power isn't money, it isn't muscles or guns or some title people bow down to. Real power is when no one can control how you think. Ever noticed how people follow trends without thinking? One person does something, the rest follow. One person says something's bad, suddenly everyone believes it. No proof, no thought, just obedience. Like trained animals. But you're going to be different. You're going to think, because the second you start thinking for yourself, you become untouchable. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're walking down a dark alley and some guy jumps out with a knife. What's your first reaction? Fear, right? You panic, you freeze, your mind goes blank because fear shuts you down. But what if, just what if you trained yourself to think differently instead of fear? What if your mind saw opportunity, saw weakness in your attacker? Instead of reacting, you'd be controlling the situation. That's the difference between prey and predator. And life is a jungle, kid. You either think or you get hunted. See, they want you scared. They want you insecure. They want you to doubt yourself, to need their approval. Because a man who needs approval is a man who can be led, a man who thinks for himself. He doesn't need them. And nothing scares them more than someone who doesn't need them. Oh, but here's the catch. Thinking for yourself. That's the loneliest road you'll ever walk, because the second you stop following the herd turns against you. Friends gone. Family. They won't understand. Society, it'll call you arrogant, stubborn, maybe even evil, because people don't like what they can't control. But listen to me, you have one life, one shot. Are you really going to waste it being a puppet, living a life that isn't even yours? Or are you going to wake the hell up and start using the only weapon that truly matters, your mind? Think about this. If they can control how you feel, they can control what you do. If they can control what you do, they can control who you become. And if they control who you become, then tell me, who the hell are you really? You're going to suffer. That's a given. People will betray you. That's a promise. You'll be broken, tested, pushed to the edge. That's life. But what matters is how you think through it. Most people break because they never trained their mind to handle pain. They let pain control them. But you're going to learn to control it. You've been hurt. You used, lied to. You think, I don't see it. I don't know. But tell me, are you really going to let that define you? Or are you going to let your past own you? No. You're going to take that pain and forge it into something they can't break. A mind sharper than any blade, stronger than any fist. And when they come for you, you won't break, you won't bend, you won't fall in line, because you'll know the truth, that the strongest weapon isn't a gun, it isn't an army, it isn't money, power, or status. It's a mind they can't manipulate. You ever wonder why people follow orders without question, why they believe what they're told even when it doesn't make sense? It's because they've been trained to obey since birth. They've been programmed. Schools don't teach you to think. They teach you to repeat, sit down, listen, memorize, regurgitate, obey. They don't want individuals, they want machines, predictable, docile, easily controlled. And when one of those machines malfunctions, when one of them dares to ask why, well, they get labeled troublemaker, rebel, outcast. They break you down, isolate you, make you feel wrong for refusing to follow blindly. And the worst part, most people give in because humans are weak creatures. They'd rather belong to the herd than stand alone. They'd rather be accepted than be right. But now you know you're not going to be one of them. You're not going to be just another sheep in the flock. You're going to be the wolf watching from the shadows, because when you start using your mind, really using it, you stop being controlled, you stop reacting, you see the system for what it is, a game, a cruel, manipulative game designed to keep you weak. But once you see the strings, you can cut them, and that scares them, or that terrifies them. A man who can't be manipulated, a man who doesn't bend to their illusions. He's dangerous. He's unpredictable. They'll do everything in their power to break him. They'll call him a monster, a villain, a psychopath. Why? Because he doesn't play by their rules. Because he refuses to be weak. You've seen it. The way people are, they betray the ones who love them. They stab you the moment you turn your back. And yet they have the audacity to call you heartless when you decide to stop trusting, when you decide to protect yourself. Funny. Isn't it they can use, manipulate, discard, and it's normal, but the moment you stop letting them, you're the bad guy. But listen to me, you owe them nothing. Not your trust, not your loyalty, not your pain. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a truly free man? A man who speaks his mind without fear, a man who walks through life without chains. They don't exist, or at least they're rare, because the world hates free men. A free man doesn't need validation. He doesn't bow to society's expectations. He doesn't care about being liked. People they can't stand, that they need you to care. They need you to be dependent, because as long as you need something from them, they have power over you. But the moment you stop caring, the moment you become self-sufficient, you become something else entirely, something terrifying, something untouchable. You think your biggest enemy is out there, some person who wronged you, some rival trying to take what's yours. No, your biggest enemy is the voice in your head telling you to give up. The part of you that's afraid of being alone, the part that wants to fit in, that's your real opponent. And until you kill that weakness, until you erase that fear, you will never be free, because the strongest chains are the ones you put on yourself. Look around, look at the people who hurt you, the ones who lied, who abandoned you when you needed them most. You think they regret it? You think they stay up at night feeling guilty? No, they sleep just fine. They move on, because that's what people do. They take, they use, and when they're done, they leave. And if you're still sitting there drowning in the pain they caused, still waiting for some kind of justice, you're a fool, because justice, it's a myth. There's no GR cosmic force that's going to punish them for what they did, no invisible hand tipping the scales in your favor. The only justice that exists is the one you create. So tell me, what are you going to do? Sit there broken, waiting for the world to make things right? Or are you going to take control? Because let me tell you a little secret. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to fix you. No one's going to make things fair. You either stand up, sharpen your mind, and become something they can't break, or you stay down and let them walk all over you. You think strength is in your fists. You think power is in your words. No, true power is in your silence, in the ability to walk away, to let go, to never need anyone or anything outside of yourself. Because the second you need, you're weak. And weakness, it gets eaten alive in this world. You have one job: to make yourself untouchable. Pain, oh, it's coming more than you can imagine. People you love will turn on you. The things you build will crumble. You will be betrayed, abandoned, tested in ways you never thought possible. But if your mind is strong, if your thoughts are sharp, controlled, unshaken, then it won't matter, because pain can only destroy a man who lets it. So let them talk, let them mock you, let them try to pull you back down into their pit of weakness and mediocrity. Smile, because they have no idea who they're dealing with. They have no idea that the man standing before them isn't like them. He isn't ruled by emotions, by fear, by the need to be accepted. No, he's something else entirely. He's free. And freedom, real freedom. That's something they will never understand, because a mind they can't manipulate. A mind they can't control. That's the most dangerous thing in the world. They will try everything to break you. Oh, they won't come at you with fists and knives. No, that would be too obvious, too easy. They will come for your mind. They will attack you where you can't see, where you can't fight back with brute force. They'll plant doubt like a seed, water it with whispers, let it grow inside you until you start questioning everything you know. They'll make you wonder if you're wrong, if you're the problem. If maybe, just maybe, you should just give in and be like them, because that's their goal. Not to destroy you physically, but to own you mentally, because once they own your thoughts, they own you. And you, my dear friend, cannot let that happen. Do you know how many people live their entire lives never once thinking for themselves? Just moving through the motions, accepting what they're told, believing the lies because it's easier than questioning. Millions, billions, they don't see the cage because they were born inside it. They don't fight back because they don't even realize they're prisoners. But you see it, don't you? You feel it, that invisible force trying to mold you into something you're not, the expectations, the rules, the way you're supposed to act, supposed to think, supposed to live. And the second you step out of line, the second you refuse to play your part, they turn on you. Because nothing threatens the system more than a man who refuses to kneel. They will call you selfish. They will call you heartless. They will say you have changed, and they will be right, because you will change. You must change. The person you are now, the person who hesitates, who doubts, who wonders if maybe they're right, that person is weak. And weakness, it has no place in this world. You think people will pity you if you suffer? You think anyone truly cares? No, they will step over your broken body without a second thought. They will take what they can, and when there's nothing left, they will move on. That's the world, that's the truth, and you can either accept it and rise, or you can keep lying to yourself and stay. Nothing. Look at history, look at the great men who shaped the world. Were they kind? Were they soft? Were they begging for acceptance? Number, they were hated, feared, called monsters, tyrants, villains, and yet it is their names we remember. Not the ones who followed, not the ones who obeyed, only those who refused to bow, because history does not remember the sheep, it remembers the wolves. And you have a choice. You can continue being the fool who seeks approval, who lets people walk in and out of his life as if he is a goddamn doormat, who waits for the world to be fair when fairness does not exist. Or you can become something else, something dangerous, something real. Because a man who controls his mind, who masters his own thoughts, is a man who cannot be owned. They will try to make you feel guilty for being strong. They will tell you that you are too cold, too detached, too unwilling to open your heart. But let me ask you, where has opening your heart ever gotten you hurt, betrayed, used enough? No more. From this moment on, you are no longer just a man. You are a force, an idea, a mind they cannot touch, a soul they cannot shake. You will not react like them. You will not think like them. You will not be like them, because they are weak and you're not. They tell you to be kind, but kindness is just another word for weakness when given to the wrong people. They tell you to forgive, but forgiveness only makes you an easier target for those who will hurt you again. They tell you to be patient, but patience means nothing when the ones you are waiting for are never coming back. They tell you to move on, but moving on does not erase the scars. It does not undo what has been done. The only thing that erases the past is power. It comes from the mind. Think about it. What's the difference between a king and a servant? Between a leader and a follower? It isn't money, it isn't birthright, it isn't luck, it's mentality. A king does not ask for permission. A leader does not seek approval. He takes what is his. He bends the world to his will instead of being bent by it. And if you ever want to be free, truly free, you must do the same. So let them talk, let them judge you, let them try to make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. But never forget this: their opinions do not matter, their approval useless, their acceptance a joke, because in the end, They are just background noise, and you are the storm. They think they can break you. They think they can turn you into one of them. Let them try. Let them burn everything you love. Let them take everything you have. Let them tear you apart limb by limb, soul by soul. And when the smoke clears, when the ashes settle, when they think they have finally won, you will still be standing. Because a man who cannot be controlled, a mind that cannot be manipulated, a soul that cannot be owned, that is the most terrifying thing in the world. And that is who you were born to be, but they will come for you in ways you can't even imagine. Not with fists, not with weapons. No, that would be too obvious, too crude. They will come with words, with doubts, with slow creeping poison disguised as concern, as friendship, as love. They will whisper in your ear, tell you that you're too harsh, too unfeeling, too distant. They will ask, why you just let go? Why you to just be like everyone else? And if you're not careful, if you let them inside your head, you will start to believe them. And the moment you start believing them, you lose, because it's never about what they say, it's about what they want. And what they want is to make you weak, to pull you back into the pit of mediocrity they live in. Because nothing threatens the average man more than someone who refuses to be average. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone who was truly strong, truly independent, truly alone, and respected for it? Never, because the world doesn't respect strength, it fears it. And what people fear, they destroy. They need you to need them. They need you to be soft, vulnerable, controllable, because if you are strong, really strong, then they are nothing. Then their entire way of life is a joke. Their excuses are meaningless. Their complacency is exposed for what it is, weakness. That is why they will try to break you. That is why they will turn against you. Not because you have done anything wrong, not because you are cruel or unkind or evil, but because you are something they can never be, untouchable. And let me tell you something, when you become untouchable, when you stop reacting, stop explaining, stop caring, you will lose people. Oh, you will lose everyone. Friends will vanish, lovers will turn cold, family will shake their heads, disappointed in the man you have become, and you will stand there alone wondering if maybe, just maybe, they were right. But listen to me, they are not right. They never were. They are weak. The weak cannot understand the strong. They cannot comprehend a man who does not need approval, who does not chase acceptance like a dog begging for scraps. They mistake your silence for arrogance, your detachment for cruelty, your self-control for emptiness, because they do not get it. They have never been where you are. They have never seen what you see, and they never will. So you will walk this road alone. You will sit in empty rooms with no one to call, no one to lean on, no one to reassure you that you are doing the right thing. You will question yourself. You will doubt. You will wonder if you made a mistake, if you should have just played along, if maybe weakness wasn't so bad after all. But then, oh then, something will happen. You will see them. The ones who left, the ones who doubted you, the ones who told you that you were too much, too distant, too uncaring. You will see them crawling back with regret in their eyes, with shame in their voices, realizing too late that you were never the problem that they were. And that moment will be everything, because you will not take them back. You will not give them what they once took for granted. You will not bend. You will stand there cold, untouchable, watching as they fall apart, as they choke on the consequences of their own weakness. And you will feel nothing, not anger, not sadness, not even satisfaction, because you will finally understand that their pain, it was always theirs to bear, not yours. Never yours. And that is real power, not revenge, not dominance, but the simple, unshakable truth that you are free. Free from them, free from their doubts, free from their expectations, free from the need to explain, to justify, to prove yourself to those who never deserved you in the first place. And that freedom, it will terrify them, because nothing scares a weak man more than someone who does not need him. So let them go, let them doubt, let them call you whatever makes them sleep better at night. None of it matters, because you are not one of them. You never were. And The sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop fighting to belong, the sooner you will become what you were always meant to be, unstoppable. They will try again, of course. The world will always try to pull you back with love, with guilt, with nostalgia. Will use every trick in the book to make you feel, to make you remember what it was like to be soft, to be open, to be human. And maybe for a moment you will waver, maybe for a moment you will miss the warmth, the illusion of belonging, but then you will remember the truth, that the warmth was never real, that the love was always conditional, that the moment you stop being what they want you to be, they will turn on you again. And you will laugh because you will realize finally that you do not need any of it, that you do not need them. You see, they think control is about force, about violence, about fear, but real control, it's about dependency. It's about making you believe that you need something outside of yourself to be whole, love, approval, validation. They make you believe that without them you are nothing. But here's the secret: you were never nothing, you were never incomplete, you were always enough. The only difference now you see it, now you know, and that knowledge, that certainty, that's what makes you dangerous, because now you cannot be swayed. You cannot be guilt-tripped or manipulated or coerced. You are beyond their reach, beyond their lies, beyond their petty little games. You have stepped outside the illusion, and once you see the truth, there is no going back, so let them watch, let them wonder. Let them whisper your name in hushed voices, trying to understand how you became this way. Let them spread their little stories, their little lies, their desperate attempts to make sense of what they cannot control. It changes nothing, because at the end of the day, while they are busy talking, busy scheming, busy wasting their lives chasing things that don't matter, you will be untouchable. And when they look into your eyes, searching for some sign of the man you used to be, they will find nothing, because that man, he died the moment he realized that his greatest weapon was a mind they could never ever manipulate. And in that silence, in that unshakable, unwavering stillness, they will finally understand. They will see what they could never comprehend before, that you were something else entirely, not just a man, not just flesh and bone and memory, but a force, a storm without mercy, a mind without limits, a soul that has severed every chain it was ever given. And they will fear you. Oh, they will fear you, not because you are cruel, not because you're violent, but because you are free. You see, people don't fear power, not really. They don't fear strength or money or status. No. What they fear, what truly terrifies them, is someone who does not need them, because the entire world is built on dependency. Every relationship, every transaction, every unspoken rule, it all hinges on one simple truth. You need me, I need you. What happens when you step outside that system? What happens when you become a man who needs nothing? They lose control. It's why they try to break you. It's why they manipulate, deceive, play their little games. They need you to believe you are incomplete, that without them you are lost. But let me tell you something that is the greatest lie ever told. Because a man who owns his mind, who truly fully owns his own thoughts, needs no one. He does not seek approval. He does not bend for love. He does not hesitate for comfort. And that makes him more powerful than any king, any ruler, any god they claim to serve. Because let's be real, what is a king without his followers? What is a ruler without his people? Nothing. But you are not a ruler, you are not a king, you are something greater, because you do not command others, you command yourself. And that is something they will never understand. They will call you heartless for it. They will say you have changed, that you have become cold, distant, unreachable. But listen to me. That is a good thing, because the version of you they loved, the version of you they miss, that version was weak. That version was owned. That version needed validation, needed affection, needed a world that never gave a damn about him. That version is dead. And in his place stands something unshakable, something terrifying. They will come back, they always do. The ones who left, the ones who doubted, the ones who spat on your name when they thought you were nothing, they will return with soft words, with fragile apologies, with a desperate hope that maybe, just maybe, you are still the fool they abandoned. but you will not be. You will look at them and you will feel nothing, not hate, not rage, not even pity, because now you see them. You see them for what they are, weak, broken puppets, clinging to their strings, hoping someone will come along to pull them in the right direction. But you cut your strings long ago, and that is why you will never take them back. That is why you will never let them back into your mind, your heart, your world, because they are not like you. They never were, and they never will be. So let them beg, let them cry, let them tell their stories about how you are the one who changed, how you are the one who became cruel. They do not know cruelty. They do not know the kind of pain it takes to forge a mind like yours. They do not know the kind of nights you have spent staring into the abyss, clawing your way out of the darkness they left you in. They do not know what it means to stand alone. But they will. Oh, they will, because when they reach for you, when they call your name, when they try to drag you back into their world of weakness and illusion, they will find nothing, just an empty space where you used to be, and that will be the crusty they never even touched you. And that is power, not money, not influence, not status. Control over yourself, over your thoughts, over your emotions, over every single part of who you are, because once you have that, once you truly own yourself, there is nothing they can do to stop you. There is nothing they can take from you, because you are already gone. And that is why they will fear you, because a man who cannot be controlled, a man who cannot be swayed, that is the most dangerous thing in the world.